Hello guys, in this video we are going to see how to make 8 by 8 by 8 LED cube. So let's get started. For this project we need 512 pieces of blue LEDs. These are diffused LED. Then we need male header and we have to break it by 3 pins. Like this, and we need 128 pieces of them. Now I have taken 20 by 30 cm dot printed PCB board. Now I am going to solder the male header on this board. After this, count 9 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is our PCB and we have put it the male header, and after 9 dots we have to put another male header, then again 1 to 9, 1 to 9. This is how we have to put the 8 headers. Now we have to put another male header in this way. Now we have to check one thing. Take an LED and push it here, and it should be a little bit tight. It's okay. Now check here. But here it is loose. So make this header a little bit closer. Now it is tight. Now we can say that we have completed the first row. For the next row we have to count 7 dots. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now we have to put our male header, and in this way we have to complete our second row. And like this we have completed 8 rows and 8 columns. I have taken 5 mm drill bit . Positive and negative. Put your LED according to this. This is negative pin and this is positive pin. After putting the LED, check the LED. Now this LED is ready. We have to do the same thing with all the LED. And this is the last LED. All the 512 LEDs are ready. Now see here carefully. Again put your LED here. This is positive pin and this is negative pin. Keep your positive pin as it is and make your negative pin back to the initial state, and rotate the negative pin clockwise 90 degree. And this is what you have to do with all the LEDs. After doing this, we have to cut the extra wire. Now our LED is ready for the cube. This is how I prepared all the 512 LEDs. Now it's time to put the LEDs on the PCB to make the matrix. This is how we have to put the LED in between two headers. This pin is negative and this one positive. And this is how you have to put all the LEDs. This is pure copper wire. I'm using 21 SWG. We need this wire at this length. And like this, we need 128 pieces of wire. Now we have to make them straight. We can do this by using a drill machine. First, we have to lock one side of the wire. And we have to insert the other side to the drill machine. Now we have to apply a little bit pulling force and turn on the drill machine. This is how we have to do this. Now I am inserting the wire like this. This is first row. Second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, sixth row, seventh row, eighth row, or the top level row. It should be look like this. Now it's time to solder them. This is how I soldered all the row. Now it's time to solder the columns. For this we have to insert the vertical wires or the positive. Now solder all the columns. Soldering is completed. Now we can take out our matrix. and we need total 8 of them. Now I have taken an electric board. It is 10 inch by 12 inch. Now we have to make holes on this cover. I have attached a PCB on the opposite side of this cover so that I can get the exact location where to make holes. Now we can put the matrix on the board. So this is how I have put it all the matrix. Now it's time to connect all the layers or cathode. That is all the ground level cathode or level 1 cathode. This is level 2. This is level 3. Then level 4, level 5, level 6, level 7, and this is level 8 layer or top level layer. So total we have 8 layers or 8 cathode. Now we need 8 connections from the layer. Check these holes. Here we have 7 holes and there is 1 hole. This hole is for the ground layer or the first layer. This hole is for second layer. This is for third layer, and like this we have to connect all the 8 layers. Now you can see I have connected all the 8 cathodes or the layers. This is for first layer. This cathode is for second layer. This one. This is for third layer. This is for fourth. This one is for fifth, for sixth, and these two are for seventh and eighth layer. Now it's time to make the circuit. Here we have all the 64 anodes, and here you can see this is cathode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is cathode 8. Before soldering, we have to numbering the anodes so that it will be easier for us to make further connections. From here I'll start numbering. Here it is 1, from 1 to 8. After 8 it is 9. 9 to 16. Here it is 17 to 24. 25 to 32. 33 to 40. 41 to 48. 49 to 56. And 57 to 64. Now solder all the anodes and cathodes. Anode 1, anode 2, anode 3, anode 4, anode 5, anode 6, anode 7, and anode 8. And like this we have to solder all of them. This is how I have soldered all the anodes. We need 64 pieces of 220 ohms resistor. These are 0.5 watt resistor. Now it's time to solder the 220 ohms resistor with the anodes. This is how I have soldered with anode 1, and like this we have to solder all the 64 resistor, and this is the last resistor. So this is how I have soldered all the 64 resistors with the anodes. Now we are going to connect 8 cathodes with the transistor. Now what I will do is, I will solder all the transistor here. I will use BD139, and this is the pin diagram. Base collector emitter. Cut the pins in this way. And bend the base. Now we can solder these transistors. First we will put a wire like this so that we can connect all the emitters together. This is how we have to connect the emitter. All the emitters of the transistor are connected, and here we will connect the ground. Middle pin is collector, and all the collectors should be connected to the cathode. All the 8 cathode. This is cathode 1, and cathode 1 should be connected to the collector of transistor 1. Then cathode 2 should be connected to the collector of transistor 2. And like this we have to connect all the cathode to collector of transistor. This is cathode 1 to collector of transistor 1. This is how we have to connect cathode 1 to 8 to collector of transistor 1 to 8. Now it's time to connect all the anodes. So from anode 1 to anode 64. To connect this, I'll use ribbon wire. I'll put the circuit in this board, and we have to connect this PCB with this. So we need this length. We need 9 of them. Eight for all the anodes and 1 for cathode. So 9. To minimize the connection error, we should follow the color code. This has 10 wires, but we need 8 of them. And according to the color code, we know black means 0, brown means 1, and up to white it is 9. We need 1 to 8, so we'll use brown to grey. Now we'll solder this with male header. This is how I have soldered. After this, we have to solder the female headers on this PCB. We need 9 of them. This is how I have soldered the female header. As you can see, this is anode 1, so I'll connect this resistor to pin number 1. Then anode 2 to pin number 2, 3 to 3, and like this up to anode 8. This is anode 1. Anode 1 should be connected to the pin 1. Anode 2 is connected to pin number 2 with red wire. Anode 3 is connected to the pin 3 with orange wire. Anode 4 should be connected to the pin 4, and we can connect this with a little wire. And in the same way, we can connect pin 5 to anode 5. Anode 6 is connected to pin 6 with blue wire. Anode 7 is connected to pin 7 with violet wire, and anode 8 is connected to pin 8 with grey wire. Anode 1 to anode 8 is connected. In the same way, we have to connect anode 9 to anode 16, and we have to complete all the connection. This is how we have to solder all the 64 anodes. Now we have to put the 9th female header for the cathode. This is transistor 1, so this should be connected to pin 1. So like this we have to connect the 8 base of the transistor to the female header. Base of the transistor 1 to pin 1, transistor 2 to pin 2, transistor 3 to pin 3, transistor 4 to pin 4, transistor 5 to pin 5, transistor 6 to pin 6, transistor 7 to pin 7, and base of the transistor 8 to pin 8. Anode and cathode connection is completed. Later, we will connect the ground connection from here. Now we have to make our circuit. For this, we need 9 pieces of shift register IC 74595, 9 pieces of 16 pins IC socket. Now we can solder them on PCB. I'll put the IC like this. Here it is IC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. After soldering the IC, now we have to connect all the pins 16 and 10. Here we will supply plus 5 volt. This is how I have connected all the pin 10 and 16. This is our positive connection, that is plus 5 volt. Now we have to connect the negative connection, that is ground. For that we have to connect all the pin 8 and 13. And this is how I have connected. Now it's time to connect all the pin 11 of all the IC, and it will be connected to Arduino pin 13. And in this way I have connected all the pin 11. Now it's time to connect all the pin 12, and all the pin 12 will go to Arduino pin 10. This is how I have soldered all the pin 12. Now we have to cascade the IC. We will connect Arduino pin 11 to pin number 14 of IC 1. Then pin number 9 of IC 1 to the pin number 14 of IC 2. Then pin number 9 of IC 2 will go to pin number 14 of IC 3. Then pin number 9 of IC 3 will go to pin number 14 of IC 4. Then pin number 9 of IC 4 will go to pin number 14 of IC 5. Then pin number 9 of IC 5 will go to pin number 14 of IC 6. Pin number 9 of IC 6 will go to pin number 14 of IC 7. Then pin number 9 of IC 7 will go to pin number 14 of IC 8. Then pin number 9 of IC 8 will go to pin number 14 of IC 9. So this is how we have to cascade all the IC. This is how I have connected pin 14 to 9. Now we have to solder the connectors. Pin number 15 is output 1. So I have connected this pin to here, so that our output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like this we have to connect output 1 to output 8. Here it is pin number 15, the output 1. Here I have soldered this one. So now we will have the output serially. Output 1 to 8. Brown is 1 and grey is 8. So brown should be connected to the pin number 15 here, and we have to connect in this way. Brown to pin 15, red to pin 1, orange to pin 2, yellow to pin 3, green to pin 4, blue to pin 5, violet to pin 6, and gray to pin 7. So this is how we have connected output 1 to 8. This is how I have soldered all the 9 connectors. Now it's time to numbering the wires. As we know, this is IC1. So here we'll write number 1. This is number 1. This will be our number 2. And in this way I numbered 1 to 9. Now according to this, we have to connect to the cube. Number 1 will be connected to anode 1 to 8 here. And we have to maintain the color, and like this we have to connect all. As you can see, I have connected connector 1 to connector 8, all the anode connection. This is connector 9 or IC9, and it will go to cathode connection or to the transistor. With the circuit, this PCB is connected. Now the only thing we have to connect is the ground, this connection. So I will connect this with a black wire. We can connect this with pin number 8 of any IC. As we know, pin number 8 of all the IC is connected to the ground. Now it's time to put the Arduino. I am using Arduino Nano. 5V pin and ground pin of the Arduino should be connected to the power supply, 5V power supply. This is pin number 13. And this pin number 13 should be connected to pin number 11 of any IC. This connection is pin number 11, so we can connect it from here. Pin number 13 of Arduino is connected to pin number 11 of any IC. This connection is pin number 12, and we have to connect this to Arduino pin 10. Now we have one more connection. Pin number 14 of first IC. This is IC1, and this is pin number 14. This pin should be connected to Arduino pin 11. This is how pin number 14 of first IC is connected to Arduino pin 11. This connection is completed. Now we have to connect switch and LED. Here I'll put the switch. This is how I'll put. For the power supply, I'll use micro USB female connector, and I'll put it this side. So we have to make another hole, and in this side I'll put LED and the switch. This is the ground connection of both the LED and the switch. With the positive pin of the LED, we have to connect 220 ohms resistor. resistor of red LED will go to Arduino pin 6, resistor of green LED will go to Arduino pin 7, and the switch pin will go to Arduino pin 8. This will go to Arduino pin 6, this will go to Arduino pin 7, and the switch will go to Arduino pin 8. This is pin number 6, this is pin number 7, and this is pin number 8. And this is power supply pin. The red wire is for 5 volt, the black is for ground. The red wire to the 5 volt pin of the Arduino and the black wire to the ground pin of the Arduino. Now we can put all these things together and close the box. This side we have switch and 2 LEDs, and this side we have power supply. For the power supply, I am using this Samsung mobile charger. This is 5 volt and 1.55 ampere, and this micro USB cable. Turning on the switch. So our LED cube is ready, and we can change the animation by using this switch.